Alright, welcome back everybody. It's Cole's Farm, North Carolina. Let's see, it's May 30th. It's about 3 p.m. Today's going to be week number 9's inspection. It's currently 86 degrees and 57% humidity. Same thing as last week. I think I'm going to continue to do this. But as far as the weather bug app goes, pollen today is pretty low. It's at a 3.6. And some of the pollen sources are grass, hickory, pecan, and walnut. That's all I got for the notes. We're just going to jump into the hive and start week number 9's inspection. We're going to be checking for supersedral cells and swarm cells. Hopefully I don't see any. I'm not anticipating them, but I guess you never know. And that's pretty much it. As always, I have high hopes for the top brood chamber. Hopefully they've drawn out more than just half a one frame, but we'll see here in a second. Well, I'm going to jump the gun and say that's a good sign. This is the first time I've taken the telescoping cover off and have had bees on the top chamber and on the inner cover. And the inner cover was actually somewhat sticky with propolis. I'm starting to think they're in the top chamber because frame 1 and frame 10 I brought up from the bottom chamber, which was the original nuke, and it has a lot of honey and nectar in it. So I'm thinking with the low pollen, low nectar that's available right now, I'm thinking they started to move up to the top brood chamber as well for some of their food source. Well, they're working. A little bit of pollen and nectar that's out there, they're building. I still have my reservations whether or not they're actually gonna be able to build these out this year, but here's to hoping. All right, well, not a whole lot of reasons to spend more time in the top chamber. They still haven't really, put too much work into it, so we're just going to go ahead and move on to the second chamber. Well, this is a good sign. This is one of the newer frames, and the side facing away from the center of the colony, same as last week, doesn't have too much going on, but the side facing in the center of the colony has a lot going on. They've drawn out the comb. There's some larvae that looks like it's about to be capped. I'm looking for eggs. I don't see any eggs. I stand corrected. There's some eggs that are about 3 days old. So that's looking good. And that was frame 3. This is frame number 4. Frame number 5. That is a massive looking drone. Looking for the queen, as usual. I didn't spot her last week, but obviously that doesn't mean much. She's still doing her thing. She was marked when I got her. The marking was so-so. So I'm kind of thinking she might not be marked anymore, but hopefully we'll find her. Got some larvae in different stages. This is frame number 6. Some drone brood. Some pollen in the cells. More larvae. Frame number 7. This is frame number 8. This has some weight to it. Still haven't seen the queen. Good looking patch of larva right there. I don't know if you can see that. Where's the queen? Frame number 9. I'm actually going to steal some of this honey. And frame number 10. All right, well that concludes week number 9's inspection from Cole's farm, top brood chamber. Although initially I saw a bunch of bees up there, it seemed like they were primarily going up there because I moved 2 frames of honey to the top with the idea of drawing them up there to build out. And you know, it's just a slow nectar flow right now, so they have some work to do still. Bottom brood chamber still looks good. This is week number 2 that I have not spotted the queen herself, but plenty of egg, plenty of larvae in different stages, a whole bunch more of cap brood than, you know, the previous queen. So she's still there, she's still doing her thing. And after watching them collect pollen and nectar for the last month and a half or so, well actually 2 months I guess, I finally decided to steal some for myself and my wife, and probably let our son, he's 19 months, probably let him try some too. It's just been too tempting to watch them collect all this delicious honey and not try some finally. So I decided to steal some because I don't think I'm going to actually harvest any this year. So, you know, we'll see what it tastes like here in a little bit. So that's it for Cole's farm. No super procedural cells, no swarm cells, so that's doing, you know, that's still good. Didn't spot the queen, but you know, plenty of signs that she's still in there doing her job. So I'll be back in about 10 days for week number 10's inspection. Thanks for watching.